We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Jordan Phillips, Miami Dolphins defensive tackle rookie. Probably my favorite pick they made in terms of value in the draft class. The Maryland D tackle had a really strong preseason debut. All the stuff that you saw in his college film translated into this. It's a very good starting point. Like, had some really dominant run defense reps. Just really excited to watch him. I think, like, based on the college film and this preseason film, I look at a guy and I see someone that's going to be a long-term starter eventually at nose tackle slash one tech in this league, and still has loads of potential, still kind of figuring out some stuff. But like the power, the leverage, the resetting of the run game, and like some of the plays he made and holding against double teams were such high level stuff. It's really, really fun to watch. He's a player I'm super excited to see how his whole career progresses. But like I think right away for like a fifth round rookie, he's gonna have a pretty successful first season. Like he's gonna be a part of the rotation and make some impactful plays. And then I think down the line, maybe in a year or two, he can develop a pass rush repertoire. Maybe not gonna ever be like a high tier player in that area, but he's gonna be a very good run defender. And I really like his game. And he just turned 21. Like he was drafted at 20, like one of the youngest players in the league, if not the youngest. And he's making these types of plays. Like he might be the strongest player on the team, which is crazy to me. So we're gonna definitely break this down. Uh, Leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. Try to help blow the video up, algorithm, all that stuff. Appreciate it. But yeah, let's break this down. So we got Jordan Phillips right there playing the one technique, and this is one of the most impressive plays just from this entire game. Taking on the double team. So there's layers to this play. Taking on the double team, recognize what's going on here, and usually in these situations, you do want to square up one of the offensive linemen, and he has such good core strength. He's able to square up the center, play with really good pad level, good bend, good base. The left guard tries to attack him, but he gets low, so the guard's not able to get into his low hip and create a ton of movement there. Now the guard's got to get off and get to the linebacker, and while he's still getting double teamed, he is shedding and throwing the center to the ground while the left guard's on him. Completely tosses him out the club. Doing this with like a contorted lower half too, which is crazy. And now he's a little bit off balance, but he's basically shed both blocks because the guard's got to go out to the linebacker. He's thrown the center to the side. And while he's off balance, the running back has a full head of speed. Not the biggest guy, but this running back runs hard. Full head of speed, and Phillips is able to completely stop his momentum after throwing off a double team and being a little bit off balance. That's how strong he is. This play is insane. Stops them from getting to the goal line there. Really, really amazing stuff from Jordan Phillips. About as good as it gets from facing a double team down on like the end zone area like that. So really, really excited to see that prospect of his game throughout his entire career, because I think he's gonna be long term starter at nose tackle throughout his entire career. Here, another example, just playing as like a one tech 2i, getting out horizontally, getting control. So initially, he gets control of the situation just one on one with the center. He's kind of like playing like a gap and a half technique here. So his primary gap is this A gap, but he's playing with reading the running back because so he's in control of the situation, in control of his gap. But he's playing it like so if the running back does cut back, he's prepared to shed and go play his secondary gap. But then he sees just based on the path of the running back, he can keep working laterally to get to the outside, and he helps get there in the pile. Just playing really good, disciplined defense there versus the run. And this is what, like, I know he's going against backup alignment. You got to take that into account for sure. You got to take, all the preseason stuff with a little bit of grain of salt. But the fact that, like, he's this young and was not getting moved at all, even in double teams, tells me that, like, he's going to go to regular season, face those types of people, like, that are higher level talent, and they're still going to struggle to move him because he was having dominant reps against double teams. So really, really good stuff from Phillips in those plays. Another one tech rep facing a double team. They stick the double team on him, and he kind of just splits it. Has better pad level and leverage than both of them. It's hard to see him in this, but you can see that he's got better pad level. He's got the wide base, the knee bend, and they are not moving him. They are not moving him at all. He holds it. The running back's kind of making a read. Everyone's playing some good run defense up here. Everyone's kind of fitting in, and then he kind of works into it. Phillips helps make the tackle to limit that gain. That is just some beautiful stuff taking on double teams. And that's exactly what you would want out of a guy who's primarily going to play like nose and one tech throughout his career. I do think he's a guy that also play some three tech for you. Wouldn't be like his main position. But outside of that, I don't see him going too much farther out, like wider in alignment. I think, You could see Grant move across the line, maybe Zeke Biggers. Phillips in that like nose to 3 tech range is where I think he's most comfortable, and he can really just eat up blockers, which is so big in the NFL nowadays with how like teams play a lot of too high. Teams play a lot of too high, so they have light boxes. So you have to have D linemen that can eat up double teams to free up linebackers, especially with like linebackers being on the smaller side nowadays. It's huge. So he's taken on double teams. Look at this rep, another one where they try to, combo and climb. This guy attacks the low hip. Actually does a good job attacking the low hip. Phillips kind of gets caught off guard, and he still doesn't really get moved that much. Like he gets picked up a little bit. His left foot's off the ground. The center's still not able to get a good battle on him, and Phillips instantly resets, in control of the situation, squares him up, able to shed it, and then get down the line of scrimmage laterally. Like this is such high level, dominant run defense on the backside of this play. Outstanding work from Phillips. Just and these are the type of run plays. This is what you want to see. He's a fifth round rookie. There's a lot of guys out there right now that you're seeing that were picked around that range or UDFA. So he's facing guys that are kind of supposed to be in his talent level just based on draft status, and he's having dominant reps, and it just shows like especially with how young he is, like the future is very very bright. Another good job. This one I like seeing him make some plays laterally down the line of scrimmage, showing off some lateral range on the backside of this run. He's able to square it up, boom, get control, locate the ball carrier, continue to work down laterally through the contact, and then shed and make it just beautiful work. I think the rookie D tackles actually all played pretty good. I think, looking at it, you got Phillips really showed the dominant run defense, showed off his play strength. He's strong as an ox. Grant also showed off how strong he is. He also showed off his insane athleticism. I think they both actually showed very good technique, like improved technique, and especially like run defense technique. I think there's still some things they can work on as pass rushers. And then even Zeke Biggers made some plays. He was a little more flashy with his plays. Maybe some inconsistencies can still work on technique, but I think that's expected of a seventh round pick. And I'll probably get to him later in this week too. And he's just really impressed with the D tackles. Here, he doesn't make the tackle, but I like seeing one where like he can penetrate upfield a little bit, dip the shoulder, reset the line. Now, if the backside of these three right here played this better, like this would have been a good play because Phillips actually does his job very well. He's forcing back to inside help. He gets upfield. If these guys all don't get cut off and beat really badly, like that's probably a stop near the line of scrimmage. But Phillips able to just show some penetration and resetting the line of scrimmage, which I like to see because we know how powerful and strong he is at the point of attack. Like that, goes without saying. Didn't have too many pass rush reps, and here's a 2-eye. It's not the most advantageous position to be in as a 2-eye. You don't usually get the ideal looks, and even here, like you can see the push and pull. Ball's coming out quick, so it doesn't really matter. You can just see that what he can do potentially if a pass rush if he works some stuff out. The push pull, he can still chuck people out of there, hit the swim arm over. Uh, so I think if he's put in better positions, pass rushing, he didn't really get too many true pass rush snaps. That's something I see more developing on down the line. But I think right away he'll be actually a pretty good run defender and make impact plays there. And for a fifth round rookie, that's pretty good because a lot of fifth round rookies don't even end up seeing playing time. And ones that do, you're expecting more like special teams impact or they're developmental guys. If you get production out of one in year one, it's a pretty nice positive. So shout out Jordan Phillips. Big fan of his game. I was one of my favorite rookies for sure coming out. Excited to see the other Maryland rookie next week because I believe Trader is returning to practice in the joint practices to versus the Lions. So that will be cool to see as well. So excited to see. Let me know what you guys want to see next, which players. I have some people down the pipeline all ready to go. Just let me know who you're excited for, what you expect in the rest of these preseason games. Yeah, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe.